Weakness of attitude becomes weakness of character. You are never alone. You are eternally connected with everyone. Without local guides, your enemy employs the land as a weapon against you. Try not to become a man of success, but rather try to become a man of value. When you treat your failures as lessons, you can never fail. Almost nobody dances sober unless they happen to be insane. Speak to me. I will spend my lifetime trying to understand you. Don't be afraid of failure. This is the way to succeed. As long as you can use your hands, the world is your oyster. There is no truth, Stephanie said mistressly. Only perspectives. Knowledge is a treasure, but practice is the key to it. The true vocation of man is to find his way for himself. I should have based my judgment upon deeds and not words. Only he who has no use for the empire is fit to be entrusted with it. The most important thing about a technology is how it changes people. Anger dwells only in the bosom of fools. If you do not change direction, you may end up where you are heading. Between living and dreaming, there is a third thing. Guess it. Our attitude toward life determines life's attitude towards us. When we're connected to others, we become better people. I can't feel my tongue, but I know it's there because I'm talking. Verily, knowledge is a lock, and its key is the question. If fate doesn't make you laugh, you just don't get the joke. If I had it all to do again, there would be more bodies. The spirit tower has its guardian, but unless it understands who its guardian is, it cannot be guarded. If you don't build your own dream, someone will hire you to build theirs. Life is a full circle, widening until it joins the circle motions of the infinite. Even though the ship may go down, the journey goes on. No other success can compensate for failure in the home. Amid the turmoil and tumult of battle, there may be seeming disorder, and yet no real disorder at all. The elegance under pressure is the result of fearlessness. Sometimes the grass is greener, sometimes it is sick. Deeds will not be less valiant because they are unpraised. Karma is given, not to those who ask, but to those who ask of nothing. Appear at points which the enemy must hasten to defend. March swiftly to places where you are not expected. Write it on your heart that every day is the best day in the year. Forget injuries, never forget kindnesses. One defends when his strength is inadequate. He attacks when it is abundant. Respond intelligently, even to unintelligent treatment. Every team has its weakness, and every team has its strength. Set the troops to their tasks without imparting your designs. You have to notice the truth in order to be able to avoid it. When pure sincerity forms within, it is outwardly realized in other people's hearts. True knowledge exists in knowing that you know nothing. Life is 10% what you make it, and 90% how you take it. The butterfly counts not months, but moments, and has time enough. You must accept the truth from whatever source it comes. Just because it's fiction doesn't mean it's any less true. Hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard. Pretend to be weak, so your enemy may grow arrogant. The world is already full of critics. To stand out, be an encourager. Distance sometimes lets you know who is worth keeping and who is worth letting go. I have no special talent. I am only passionately curious. A frog in a well cannot conceive of the ocean. Great understanding is broad and unhurried. Little understanding is cramped and busy. You can be anything you want in the world. Just don't become a prisoner of hatred. Your words start to lose value when your actions don't match. Do not swallow bait offered by the enemy. Do not interfere with an army that is returning home. Deal with your past so that it won't affect your future. Life happens, shit happens, and it happens a lot, to a lot of people. Earth's crammed with heaven, but only he who sees takes off his shoes. It is better for the heart to break than not to break. An opinion should be the result of thought, not a substitute for it. If those at your top are weak, your bottom will be rotten. It is better to fail in originality than to succeed in imitation. As he learns the truth will automatically free him. I don't want to end up simply having visited this world. Success is getting what you want. Happiness is wanting what you get. We must meet the challenge rather than wish it were not before us. In the desire to control others, we lose control over ourselves. The right mindset is the first step towards the journey. In conflict, straightforward actions generally lead to engagement. Surprising actions generally lead to victory. Our ability to adapt is amazing. Our ability to change isn't quite as spectacular. Heaven is like an egg, and the earth is like the yolk of the egg. Silence is a true friend who never betrays. Ultimate excellence lies not in winning every battle, but in defeating the enemy without ever fighting. For a word to be spoken, there must be silence, before and after. The road to success is dotted with many tempting parking spaces. If you want to lead them, you must place yourself behind them. Glory resides in the hearts of those you inspire, not in fleeting moments of fame. We humans are more concerned with having than with being. But only he who, himself enlightened, is not afraid of shadows. The consequences of every act are included in the act itself. We must live together as brothers or perish together as fools. Wanting to be someone else is a waste of the person you are. Ability will never catch up with the demand for it. Whatever you believe with feeling becomes your reality. There is nothing more important than your eternal salvation. At some point, we all look up and realize we are lost in a maze. Falling down is an accident. Staying down is a choice. Everything has to be all right. Maybe not today, but eventually. Life doesn't require ideals. It requires standards of action. Man doesn't know what he is capable of until he is asked. Your direction is more important than your speed. People, in general, would rather die than forgive. It's that hard. Desire is half of life. Indifference is half of death. Time always exposes what you truly mean to someone. When we strive to become better than we are, everything around us becomes better too. Small circle, private life, and peaceful mind. Insanity, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results.